Hello and greetings to Dr. Fan. Today we from Group 3 will be presenting our group project case study for BMM 3633 Industrial Engineering. My name is Arthur Richard and I will be the first presenter for our group. First and foremost, I will be talking about introduction to the topic. Industrial engineering is a type of engineering that mostly deals with figuring out how or managing out how to make or improve things, and mostly they involve with problem solving of a company or an organization. And total quality management is one of the most common and effective tools that is being used nowadays for minimizing or lowering the defecting rate in the process. Moving on, to fulfill one of the course outcomes for the subject BMM 3633 Industrial Engineering, we are assigned to do perception and meet with any business organization on profitability and quality improvement of creation line or production line utilizing industrial engineering tools that we learned throughout the semester. Also, in other words, students are needed to utilize or apply all the topics that they have learned from the subject throughout the semester in order to solve or manage problems that are currently being faced by a company or an organization. The data is collected in various ways in this report by using quality tools and analyzed using the theory and skills learned in BMM 3633 Industrial Engineering, such as control charts, productivity, work study, ergonomics, inventory management, and break-even analysis. So moving on, introduction to the case study. So from the scenario that have been given for this project, these are all the data that we can extract from the scenario given. So first is that Al-Amin stall is a food stall that is situated near the main road in Balik Pulau, Pulau Pinang. And Al-Amin is a food stall that has been operating since 2017. So just like other food stalls, Al-Amin stall also sells variety types of dishes. And Al-Amin stall is a type of food stall that operates after working hours, which is from 6 p.m. until 2 a.m. And lastly, at Al-Amin food stall, there are only 2 employees that are in charge with ridiculous amount of work. So moving on, and from the scenario, these are the problems that we can identify. First is that Al-Amin's food stall did not have any specific system to record and track business. Employee and family members can eat anything without paying. So in other words, they are able to do anything with the food stall without regarding the food stall welfare. Next, they only hire 2 workers and the service are very slow. The kitchen is crowded with raw material supplies since the kitchen size or dimensions are only 20 times 10 feet, which is rather small for a food stall. And lastly, the dining sets are not ergonomics as some of them are already broken and it is not safe to use for the customers. There are only 2 objectives for this project, which is to improve the quality management and the productivity of Al-Amin stall business. And lastly, for the project scope, after going through a very detailed survey, basically this project tells us to repair, or to solve the problems that Al-Amin food stall that is currently facing. So our team and my team and I have decided to put total quality management in place for the store, and investigation of the production planning, control, and inventory management activities is carried out in order to deliver a new workplace and layout plan. I think that's all for me. My other group members will continue with their own part. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Lim Zhen Wei. And now I will continue with the presentation of literature review. Industrial engineering is considered as a discipline concerned with the design, improvement, and installation of integrated system of people, material, information, equipment, and energy. It extracts specialized knowledge and skill in the mathematical, physical, and social science together with the principle and method of engineering analysis and designed to specify, predict, and evaluate the result to be obtained from such system. The concept of IE can be applied in any organizations, including manufacturing, agriculture, government organizations, and so on. However, there are some challenges facing by IE, and among all these changes, the most vital issue is to improve the productivity, quality, and efficiency of an organization of a company. Therefore, industrial and system engineer designs systems to solve the problem. A system is defined as a set of components which are related to some form of interactions and act together to achieve an objective or purpose. Components are those individual parts or elements that collectively make up a system. Basically, a system can be classified into two categories, which is human activity system and management control system. Human activity system is concerned with the physical workplace at which human activities occurs, where management system is a concern with procedure of planning, measuring, and controlling all the activities within the organizations of a company. Quality is the set of conformity of the previously set requirements within the product or service. What this definition presented is the idea of conformity, which is somewhat related to a process of testing, trying, and focusing the result of the product or service before it reaches the end of the user. When we come to the total quality management, which is TQM, it is a comprehensive and structured approach to organizational management that seeks to improve the quality of products and service through ongoing refinements in response to continuous feedback. TQM can also be summarized as a management system for a customer-focused organizations that will involve all employees in continual improvement. Its use strategy, data, and effective communications to integrate the quality discipline into the culture and activities of the organizations. There are 7 concepts of TQM, which is continuous improvement, Six Sigma, employee empowerment, benchmarking, just in time, Tauchi concept, and the last one is the knowledge about TQM tools, which consists of 7 of TQM tools. Continuous improvement is a philosophy widely practiced in manufacturing and quality circles. As the name implies, it relies on the idea that there is no end to make a process better. Each incremental improvement consists of many phases of development, originally used for enhancing manufacturing process. The philosophy has gained considerable populations recently and has been extended to all aspects of business, including the software industry. While Kaizen is a continuous improvement process involving everyone, managers and workers alike. Broadly defined, Kaizen is a strategy to include concepts, systems, and tools within the bigger picture of leadership involving the people of culture, all driven by the customer. It can increase productivity of the company and help to produce high quality of product with minimum cost. Inventory is the items of stores or material kept in the stock to meet future demand of production, repair, maintenance, constructions, and etc. It was thought that inventory is needed as they help in smooth and efficient running of enterprise. There are various types of inventory that are kept in the industry. Some of these are raw materials, inventories, work in process, and finished goods inventories. Raw material inventories are input that gets converted to final output. These items are critical in nature, as any breakdown in supply will result in production stoppage. The inventory level will have to be fixed taking into considerations various factors such as origin or local or imported, availability, regular or seasonal. Is there any governmental regulations? Work in process inventories are materials in intermediate stage, whereas finished goods inventories act as a cushion between the production and the sales department. When we're taking too much inventories, actually can spoil and go to the waste, which is expensive. It also lock up the capital that might be needed elsewhere. Too little of the inventories can create lost sales due to unavailability of the item, which leads to disappointed the customer and stress serve the managers. Six Sigma is a program designed to reduce defects to help lower costs, save times, and improve customer satisfaction. Six Sigma strategies seeks to improve manufacturing quality by identifying and removing the cause of defect and minimizing variability in manufacturing and business process. It does this by using empirical and statistical quality management method and by hiring people who serve as Six Sigma experts. Each Six Sigma project follows a defined methodology and has a specific value target, such as reducing pollutions or increased customer satisfaction. The benefits of Six Sigma include, but are not limited to cost reductions, customer satisfaction improvement, and sales revenue growth. When it comes to the productivity, it is actually the ratio of output and the input. Productivity improvements focuses on doing the right things by continuously reviewing and identifying changing customers and societal needs. Doing right things by constantly improving productions and distribution process to produce and deliver the goods and service in the most efficiency way. The rate at which a company produce goods or services in relation to the amount of material and the number of employees needed. Actually, there are three formulas in terms of the productivity. The first one is single factor productivity, which is output divided by input. And the second one is multi-factor productivity, which is also output divided by labor plus material plus energy plus capital plus miscellaneous. When we come to the third condition, which is the change in multi-factor productivity, it is new multi-factor productivity minus old multi-factor productivity divided by the new multi-factor productivity. Work and time study. The terms work study embrace method study and work measurements. Method study being a systematic recording and critical examinations of ways of doing things in order to make improvement, whereas work measurements involve application of technique designed to establish the time for a qualified worker to carry out a task at a defined rate of working. While time study is used to measure work, the decision result, then the time study is the period in which a person, in accordance with a job or task and fully trained to use a specific method, will perform these tasks if a worker in the normal or expert. This is called a time standard for operation. Ergonomics is the applications of scientific principles, methods, and data drawn from a variety of disciplines to the development of engineering systems in which people play a significant role. In the other words, the disciplines to study human characteristics for the appropriate design of the living and work environment. It can also be known as a man-machine interface. In order to maximize the benefits of the final product, ergonomics must be involved as early as possible in the product design or any system, rather than perform as a final evaluations after the product designs. And below the picture, it is the kitchen ergonomics. Economic order quantity, also can known it as EOQ. It is a simple and can help us to understand the relationship between the ordering and holding costs easily. To determine EOQ, there are a few assumptions that we need to be determined. EOQ will be determined for every product individually in a business. Annual demand of products is known with certainty. Ordering costs and inventory handling costs are known and assigned to be constantly throughout the year. Cash or quantity discount is not allowed. Ordered product is delivered at once as a batch. Immediate replenishment of ordered quantity on time. Constant lead time is only allowed, meaning no fluctuation is permitted. Below these 5 equations is the equations that we are going to use in our project. The first one is EOQ is equal to square root of 2ds over h, where D is the annual demand of quantity, S is a fixed cost, while H is the annual holding cost or carrying cost. Annual setup cost is equal to annual demand over ordering quantity. Annual holding cost is equal to ordered quantity over 2. Annual cost for EOQ is equal to annual holding cost plus annual setup cost. And the last one, which is ETBO, expected time between orders, is equal to working days divided by expected amounts of orders.
So, Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Moving to the chapter 3 case study problem. Before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Aswi bin Jaken, metric ID MA18160. So this is our problem statement. It is about Al-Amin stall. And Al-Amin stall was established in 2017 based on the main road to Balik Pulau Pinang. And this stall is very famous for its food among the local community. So after visiting the stall and conducting a detailed analysis of the surrounding area, we discovered that the stall is in a poor condition. We saw that the stall lacked operational expertise for management and industry possibilities. These are the issues that we believe are preventing them from earning a profit at the end of the month. First, they do not have a system in a place to manage and record the new raw materials that come in or out. Second, the employees and family members are free to eat anything they like, while some family members use the kitchen as a second personal kitchen, cooking and eating anything they like during operating hours without paying compensation. There are just 2 employees to cover the kitchen and prepare beverages for the guests. Therefore, complaints of slow service are severely highlighted in this stall. The kitchen is very small, measuring 20 feet by 10 feet, and the chairs and tables are not ergonomically organized while inspecting the eating area, and some furniture is damaged, creating a hazard to customers. The injuries for customers and workers have also been included in our investigation. In this case, we will try to solve this problem by analyzing and providing solution to all Al-Amin stall issue based on our knowledge in industrial engineering. Moving to the case study. During our study of the stall, we discovered that one of the causes to the stall loss was due to the fact that family members and staff are permitted to dine at the stall for free. They have unrestricted access to raw ingredient and the material in the kitchen. This will have an impact on the stall inventory since they will lose raw material, which may lead to a shortage in preparing client orders. To compensate for this loss, more resources must be incurred in the purchase of the new material and cooking equipment. Based on the customer interviews that we obtained, they help us in determining that the stall has very poor service. Some of the customer reported waiting for an hour simply to receive their order. Another client complained about having to wait 20 minutes for her order to be seated and attended to be by the waiter. This might be due to lack of employees, as there are only two workers in the stall. And due to this lack of employees, the production may suffer and causing customers to flee to another stall around the area. Also, this stall have ergonomic issues with the dining area because the seat and table are not organized properly. Small tables are set in an open area that can accommodate at least 5 people. The distance between the kitchen and eating room is likewise rather large, and this might be another reason why the productivity of the stall is so poor. So our observation have also revealed that certain chairs and tables are in a very poor condition. Some of the table and chair are very old and not even attract customers to come to the stall. Moving to the chapter 4 methodology. There are 5 of types of data collection that we obtain. The first one is the quantity of the restaurant raw materials. The second one is the number of workers. Third, the time it takes to prepare the food for the moment it is placed on the table until it is paid for. Next, the data of restaurant complaint. Last but not least, the layout of the stall and other specific system. Method of data collection. There are 4 methods of data collection that we use. First one is Pareto chart. Second is check sheet. Third is SPC, statistical process control, and fourth is the productivity. So I will explain each of the method of data collection that we use. For the Pareto chart is a graph that shows the frequency of defect and their overall impact. And this Pareto chart concentrate on 80% of the key issue, and it is also one of 7 complete quality control. So the second method of data collection is the check sheet. Check sheet is a form of document that is used to gather data in real time at the source of the data. It is collect quantitative or qualitative data. The check sheet is also known as a tally sheet, which the information is quantitative. Moving to the SPC, which is statistical process control. The control map is a graph that used to analyze how a process evolve over time. The data in the SPC shown in time order. So the last method of data collection is productivity. Productivity is a term that refers to several measures of production efficiency. A ratio of a single input to an aggregate output or an aggregate input utilized in a manufacturing process is frequently used to describe the productivity. Next, the detail of methodology used. There are 7 detail of methodology that we use. First one is the problem analysis and identify the main problem. So for this part, we use the Pareto chart because Pareto chart is a graph that shows the frequency of defect and their overall effects. For the second detail of methodology used is the problem screening. So the problem screening, we use the check sheet diagram to identify the defect phase by the stalls. The stall. The third that detail of methodology use is analyze root cause for main problem. So for this part, we use the cause and effect diagram, as known as fishbone diagram, to analyze the root cause of the major problem. For the next, monitor quality of main problems. For the in this part, we apply statistical process technique (SPC) to track the quality of the primary problem faced by the stall. So the application of SPC to control a process or manufacturing system. Next is to propose solution. So to solve all the Al-Amin stall difficulties, we utilize line balancing and new manufacturing technique. So line balancing is a method of arranging machinery in a way that ensures a generally smooth flow at full capacity. Next, analyze impact of proposed solution. So for this part, we use the productivity formula to measure the company's competitiveness. So for the single factor productivity and multi-factor productivity, for the single factor, the output is derived by the input. So the formula is the units of output divided by units of input. So for the multi-factor productivity, the formula will be the output divided by the labor plus material plus energy plus capital and plus miscellaneous. Last but not least, the costing and return of investment ROI. So we will compute the entire cost of improvement implemented by our group, as well as the return of investment ROI, to assess how well our effort have paid off to help the stall. So the formula for the ROI is revenue over marketing cost times 100. So we will get the ROI. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. I am Muhammad Rafi Salim, MA 18178. Today I'm going to present our group result and discussion. Let's start by based on the check sheet. We identify the problem of Al-Amin stall and the frequency that happen in a week from Monday to Sunday, which can be detected worker and family eat for free. Slow service, slow number of worker, no specific system, and ergonomic problem. Based on the check sheet, we have stated the number of frequency of problem that occur in Al-Amin stall, which is the frequency for worker family eat for free 23, slow service 19 frequency, small number of worker 11, non-specific system 7, and ergonomic problem, which is 5 frequency. Then we calculate the percentage of problem using the formula percentage of problem, which is equal to frequency over total frequency time by 100, which is for worker family eat for free 35.38%, slow service 64.61%, small number of worker 81.53%, no specific system 92.30%, and ergonomic problem, which is 100% cumulative percentage. Based on the Pareto chart above, the major problem of Al-Amin stall worker family eat for free in the stall. To solve this problem, only worker can eat for free and have a limit on it to avoid losses. Slow service is the second problem that stall need to solve. The other minor problem inside small number of workers, no specific system, and ergonomic problem. This problem can be solved by applying method of data collection. The statistical process control, which is SPC, one of 7 components of total quality management is statistical process control (TQM). The purpose of statistical process control is to determine where the upper and lower line cross. When the LCL and UCL line cross, it's referred to as an out control line. So this is the complaint for Monday 9 complaint, Tuesday 14 complaint, Wednesday 11, Thursday 10, Friday 7, Saturday 6, and Sunday 8. So the equation being used in this statistical process control are number of defects per unit, which is equal to C bar, total C bar over total N, upper lower control limit UCL equal to C bar plus 3 square root C bar. Lower control limit LCL C bar minus 3 square root C bar. This is a number of complaint against day, which is graph C chart. About the productivity, competitiveness is measured by productivity. So competitiveness refers to a country's ability to develop a good and service that pass international market tests. According to the scenario, Al-Amin stall will need to recruit 4 employees. 2 of them will work in the kitchen as cook. 1 of waiter will prepare drinks for customer, and 1 as a food rider who will bring the food to the customer. Worker will work for 7 hours every day from 5 p.m. to 12 p.m. every month. There are 26 working days. The worker salary is at our RM at ringgit per hour, and each employee is allowed to consume RM 7 ringgit per day. As a result, the monthly total is 1,638 ringgit per person. Aside from that, the establishment will need to boost incidental cost to supply hand sanitizer for employee and customer, table cleaning solution, and book and pen to record customer complete name, ID, card number, phone number, and body temperature. Aside from that, the stall owner is also responsible for the following expenses, which is cooking tools, RM 1 ringgit, 100 ringgit per month, electric bill 200 ringgit per month, water bill 200 ringgit per month, raw material 1000 ringgit per month. Single productivity, unit produced per month, 200 plates per day times 26 days per month equal to 5,200 plates. and then labor hour, 2 worker times 7 hours per day times 26 days per month equal to 364 hours. How to calculate productivity? Output divided by input, which is 5,200 plates divided by 364 hours is equal to 14.29, which equivalent to 14 plates per labor hour. Single productivity new method. 2 workers are added in the order to increase productivity. Unit produced per month is equal to 500 plates per day times 26 days per month equal to 13,000 plates, which is labor hour is 4 workers times 7 hours per day times 26 days per month is equal to 728 hours, which is will increase the productivity to 17.85%, which is equivalent to 17 plate per labor hour compared to all one, which is productivity 14.29%, which equivalent to 14 plate per hour, and increasing about 3 plate per hour. So for about the multi-factor productivity, the all one is worker to worker only. Working hour per employee is 7 hours per day, and unit produced per day is 200 plate. And then the productivity calculation is output divided by labor, raw material, utilities, and cooking tools, which is equivalent to the productivity is 0.9961 per plate. And then the multi-factor productivity news is 2 workers are added in order to increase the productivity. Worker hour per employee 7 hours per day. Unit produced per day is 500 plates, which the productivity is equal to 1.4071 plates per plates, which is increased from 0.9961 per plate. And then change in single productivity. How do we calculate is new minus all divided by all times 100%, which is equal to 21.47%. Change in multi-factor productivity is 41.26%. About the ergonomics, kitchen creating discomfort and fan. A restaurant kitchen should be appropriate to the size of restaurant or the number of seats. Rubber mats or rubberized tiles should be used for flooring. Fixed cost and variable cost. Up to particular level of output, fixed costs are described as costs that stay constant. Variable costs, on the other hand, and are those that vary directly with amount of output or, in our situation, units to be purchased. Return of investment, the financial indicator used to analyze the efficiency of an investment is called return of an investment, which is ROI. Seeks directly to measure the amount of particular investment return when compared to the investment cost. The ROI is calculated by dividing the profit or return of an investment by the cost of investment. So the cost is investment equal to fixed cost plus variable cost, which is N. and equal gain from its investment is N, which is variable cost, times the price per unit P, which is 24 times 13,000, which equivalent to 300 and 3,120 ringgit. Gain from which is return of investment is around 29.67%.
So now I'm going to explain about the conclusion. So for this project, we used total quality management or TQM. So TQM has been practiced by many business organizations around the world. So it is used to improve management and productivity among company. So it is used to gain satisfaction from the customer. Then it will create a chain of loyal customer which will help to grow the company bigger. So this example is used for the Al-Amin stall. So the problems and difficulties faced by Al-Amin stalls are: first, they don't have system record, which means they didn't record any transactions such as sell and buy activities in a proper filing. Secondly, they don't have specific system. So the specific system are needed to solve a certain problem. Third, they have less manpower. Fourthly, they have ergonomic problem, which means the location of the table and chairs at the restaurant are not spaced out and are quite crowded, which cause problems for the customer and also the worker to move around. Fifth, the family members eat for free, which costs uh, for the company itself. Next, we will have a look at the suggestion. So, the first suggestion that we suggested is to increase the number of workers by 2. So, our group believes that by adding 2 more workers will increase the productivity rate in Al-Amin stall. Secondly, the kitchen area. So, by increasing the kitchen area, the place will be much more spacious and the worker will not feel like they are being in a compact space and they will not be colliding when they are moving around. So, by increasing the kitchen space, the work space will become much more smoother and also the worker will able to provide a better service to the customer and also thus it will increase the productivity rate. Thirdly, we ask them to record and track their activities such as transactions, which is sell and buy activities. So by recording and tracking their expenses, so we can know where are they wasting or where the money going, where the flow of the money, and in the future if they have any doubt on how they manage their money, they can refer back their record back. Fourthly are the investments. So investments are meant by upgrading the current item they have or current equipment they have to make it a better equipment, a better machine for them to ease or to use in a proper long way. So these investments can be covered up by the monthly profits. So monthly profits will increase as the investments. So finally, we have the references. So these references are written according to the APA style guideline. So there are 4 in this slide and we have 5 in this slide. So finally, we like to thank Dr. Sharuzi to give us the opportunity to work on this project. So thank you, Doctor, and have a good day.